All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about the upcoming schedule release that is not officially released yet, but we do have some insider knowledge from CTESPN itself. We're also going to talk about some other things with the Steelers. I kind of just been in the Steelers mood recently. I don't know if you guys can tell by the uploads, but I've been just in the very big mood to talk about the Steelers. I know we're like in the middle of the off season. I know the season's coming up soon too, but like right now, no draft, and we're still waiting on training camps. It's like kind of dead, you know. And so I'm trying to find reasons to talk about it, and this right here really takes the cake. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already, and shout out to the future subscribers, man. So, as I mentioned, you already know, this is a leak from Big CTESPN. And if you guys don't know, Big CTESPN is run by Antonio Brown. And I'm not gonna lie, like this, it's not credible. It really isn't credible, but like, I don't know, man. Sometimes he be posting stuff and that happens like a little bit later and like he's first to it. Now, I don't want to, once again, it's Antonio Brown and he's probably not really out here leaking stuff. And this isn't necessarily the point of the whole video. I have this schedule up here, which we don't know the exact order of it all, but we do know our opponents already, right? But something I wanted to mention because it says they will start their season off on Sunday Night Football at a Acrisure Stadium. This is going to be pretty nitpicky, pretty nichey, and if I'm tweaking here, let me know, guys. If I'm bugging here, let me know. But I do want to get one take off about the Pittsburgh Steelers in the prime time. My last video, I fell on my shield, I fell on my sword, and I really risked it all to defend us. But in this one, I have no defense because I would absolutely love if this season we stop putting some of the most ass football on national television. I would love for our offense to actually have a pulse when other people are watching. It feels like for the past couple of seasons, every single time we have a primetime game, bruh, it is no touchdowns for the whole thing. And I'm just sick of it, man. And it's been like this for a little bit. And of course, we are out of the Matt Canada era. Of course, we were out of the Kenny Pickett era. Of course, we were out of the Mitchell Trubisky era. And we have Russell Wilson on the team. We have Justin Fields on the team. We feel like, we have the weapons with George Pickens and Roman Wilson and Pat Freiermuth and maybe even Darnell Washington out there and the running game. We talked about Najee Harris a little bit ago, but he's still currently on the team now. We feel like we have the weapons. We feel like we have the capabilities to do it. I felt like we had the weapons and capabilities to do it last year, but clearly I was tricked. However, I am just hoping, I am begging, I am praying that when we play on primetime this year, I don't have to see NFL pundits talking about like, man, the Steelers are trash. Man, like this game is hard to watch. Because objectively, it's true, man. I gotta get on here. Like I know guys, clearly I'm a Steelers fan. Clearly I love the team. Clearly I will, I will lie for the team. I will be biased for the team. You guys know that. But we gotta be honest, man. Some of these games, some of these performances that we've put on over the past couple of years have been horrible. And it's not only the primetime games, it's the 1 p.m. games too. Trust me, like those games, they're not the best for us either. But I am just, once again, when everybody is watching, man, could we at least do that? Could we at least just put on some highly touted offense? Could we at least put on 2 touchdowns in a primetime game? I don't have specific examples up. And typically, and I'll say this too, we do be winning these games most of the time. Like, it's not like, oh, we're just getting shit on primetime. It's not just like, oh, we're just, the worst on primetime. It's more of just like the 1 touchdown for the entire game. It's a defensive game, and some people like that. But when we're talking about Monday Night Football, when we're talking about Sunday Night Football, when we're talking about Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime just paid, $19 trillion to get the exclusive rights to it. The stream is buffering. The commentary's going in and out. And what's the game? It's the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers and their offense putting up 10 points every 3 quarters, bro. It's just absolutely unbelievable, man. And I'm hoping this is more of like a past thing because I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to announce us as like back. I'm ready to anoint us Super Bowl champions. I'm ready to anoint us AFC North champions. But this is just for the past. This is just for the last couple of seasons where, we're playing on Monday Night Football. We're playing on Thanksgiving. We're playing actually Christmas. The Christmas Eve game was kind of lit because of Mason. But you guys know what I mean. Like there's been plenty of games where it's Sunday Night Football. The whole world is watching. And it's just a defensive slugfest. And like our defense is really putting it out there. They're getting turnovers. They're getting fumbles. They're getting interceptions. And then like we're like on offense. It's not like we're getting smoked by the other defense. No, like we can't complete a pass over 3 yards. We're throwing screens all day. day. The line's not blocking. Kenny Pickett, he's hurt again. Like, this is exactly what keeps happening to us. And it's just annoying, man. It really is annoying, bruh. And so I definitely wanted to get out there. And now I want to look at the schedule for this upcoming season because, of course, once again, it isn't in order. This isn't how the actual games are going to go. But we do have a look at some of the teams we play. And I'm not going to lie, man. It kind of looks like a tough schedule. Like, it kind of looks pretty tough. If I wasn't a Steelers fan, man, I'd be a little scared. So obviously we have the divisional games, and then we got Dallas on the schedule. They're a good regular season team. Kansas City is Kansas City. The Chargers, like, speaking of primetime games, this was actually a banger game where the Chargers were smoking us, and then we kind of came back a little bit. We didn't end up winning the Chargers game. It was Big Ben's last year or the year before the last year. But we, maybe we get a chance for revenge there. We got the Giants. Do we have the NFC East? Is that the yes? Okay. So yeah, we have the NFC East. We have the Giants. We have the Jets. The Jets, I would love some revenge on the Jets. The Falcons, that's not the toughest one. Of course, we have the Denver Broncos game. Russell Wilson's return to Denver, and we want to win that game. The Colts finally beat us last year, bro, after 17 straight times, 17 straight meetings, us beating the Colts. They finally got us again last year. Would love revenge for that game. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. And I just noticed this too. I feel like we play the Raiders every year. We play the Raiders every season. I know there was a big rivalry back in the day. But yeah, it just feels like we play the Raiders a lot. But yeah, just looking at this, it seems like our schedule is going to be pretty tough. It seems like we're going to have to get it going early because, even despite it, the Steelers, man, the Steelers love rattling off wins late in the season. However, I think this is going to be something. And, and we go back to it. Mike Tomlin, I got you up here. We go back to it. We go back to what I was talking about with the primetime games, like the overall point of this video. Like, can we just shut the people up, man? Can we just finally just fucking be back? We've gone through this era of being tricked over the past 3-4 years of bad, but somehow, some way we just convince ourselves that oh yeah, things are gonna be different this year. Things are really gonna be different this year. And then it's bad, and the whole time too, we're winning 10 games. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. But to our standards, the standard is the standard. To our championship DNA, they've been bad seasons, And we know they've been bad seasons. We know the offense has been damn near unwatchable. And here we are, the Pittsburgh Steelers, because we're so good. We got 7 primetime games, and the whole time we're doing nothing, And so I'm hoping that this is the season, finally, Mike Tomlin, where we are just here, where we are just ready to play. And if we lose, it's not going to be just absolutely just, man, frustratingly, it can be heartbreaking, but it just can't be frustrating. We can't just be leaving points on the field. And I feel like a lot of the times that's been happening. A lot of the times it's been man, if we just had a pulse on offense, man, we could have not wasted TJ Watt for 5 years. We could have maybe gotten a ring with Cameron Hayward. We could have done all these other things, but no, we've just had this very shitty offense, this very lackluster offense for the past couple of years. And so once again, overall points, Mike Tomlin, bro. And this is for Tomlin too, because we talked about Russell Wilson, how he can change the narrative. The narrative with Mike Tomlin right now is pretty, I shouldn't say the narrative, but there's a lot of Mike Tomlin haters. There's a lot of people who don't like Mike Tomlin, man, especially around this time. They've been getting their shit off now for 2 straight seasons, but last season, these dudes rose from the ashes, man. And I'm sick of it because at one point I can be frustrated with Mike Tomlin, but not just want to completely, get rid of the guy. But there are people who are we need to get rid of Mike Tomlin. We need to do this. We need to do this. And if the same thing keeps happening, if we keep having these lackluster performances, if we keep having these L seasons, it's how can you argue that? We can show the hasn't had a losing season thing so many times until it's bro, we need some more success. We need some more success. And of course, I've mentioned this numerous times that with the Russell Wilson move, with the Justin Fields move, even with the Arthur Smith offensive coordinator, with the pieces that we have, this is supposed to be better. This could just be. We could watch this video in some months from now and be man, why was he even scared? Why was he even on here begging that the Steelers actually be good? That could very well be true. But for right now, man, I've come on the same YouTube channel last season and pronounced us back, and we weren't back. And it was another season of watching us on primetime football, and all of a sudden here's Mina Kimes from ESPN. Shout out to Mina Kimes, but Mina Kimes from ESPN is man, if the Steelers, they're so close to being good, if they just did this, how are they not figuring this out? And it's just people like that. Whenever we play on primetime, it's people like that who are friends of myself, friends of with other teams, and they're talking about the Steelers now because here they are right in the primetime slot, and it's damn, y'all are ass. Like, you be watching this, and I gotta reply back like, yeah, man, I really do be watching this, and we have more wins than your favorite team. Isn't that crazy? Like, I gotta still play defense while I'm playing offense, while my offense is playing nothing because they suck. That's the positions I've been put in over the past couple of seasons. And I would just, not like to be there. And so, Mike Tomlin, bruh, we will talk about you, Mike Tomlin, I'm sure more and more and more as the season goes on. But, just to put it out there, man, specifically, once again, specifically on primetime games this year, man, can we get it together? And it's not the losses, as I mentioned. I know we be winning primetime games a lot. It's more of like the actual play on it. And, game-winning touchdowns are very exciting. But for the first three quarters, three and 3/3 quarters, like that's still a thing too. Like that is still a judgeable thing that's happening right there. And for the most time, we're getting killed and slandered for quarter after quarter after quarter, man. And we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love the Steelers. It's very frustrating. Now, my last point too. We talk about people who, maybe can change the narrative. We talk about people who maybe need to have some redemption. Let's talk about Mr. Arthur Smith, because now he is a big Pittsburgh Steeler. And I've seen a lot of slander about this Arthur Smith guy, man. I remember the Tennessee Titans were playing good. Mind you. Let's talk about it. They had Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, man. Not too much on Ryan Tannehill. Of course, the offense ran through Derrick Henry, but this is a team with Ryan Tannehill as the starting quarterback. And when things don't work out, it's, oh, we're getting rid of Arthur Smith. He's getting out of here. And then, I'm sorry, like the offensive coordinator. And I don't think that happened. I think he got promoted. He got a head coach job. But I'm more just bullshitting here because it's the Ryan Tannehill-led Tennessee Titans. So, they feel Arthur Smith isn't promotable. They feel he's not, someone that they need to keep around because they got big Ryan Tannehill. Copy. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's take the head coach job. They got a young, flourishing offense. They got pieces, at least. And the offense isn't flourishing, but they got pieces. They got an idea. They got a cookbook. They got recipes. They got Kyle Pitts. They got Drake London. They got Marcus Mariota. And on top of that, this last season, they had Bijan Robinson. And you know what Arthur Smith was doing last year? He was throwing the ball to Jonnu Smith. He was putting out there some of the worst offense to ever hit tape. It was very bad. He was not having a good time. This guy was consistently getting memed all off season, and this is coming from a point in which he was pretty high up. He was pretty high up in the coaching thing. He was able to get a head coach job off of his offensive coordinatorship in Tennessee. Then all the stuff happens in Atlanta. His stock is down. His play is down. This is somebody who, if he comes into Pittsburgh, we've had shitty offense. We have had a horrible offense. We've had unwatchable games, as I've talked about for the beginning of this video. He has a real chance to just, be decent, be okay, and we're going to treat you, bro, like you're number one. We're going to treat you like a god. That's all you got to do, man. All you got to do is let us get 2 touchdowns, man. If you can figure out how to craft 2 touchdowns, if you can use Darnell Washington to get us 2 touchdowns a game, like, hey, man, like, you're him, bro. And like we're so desperate for it. At least I am. We're so hungry for it. We're so ready for us to turn a new leaf and become this new team. That Arthur Smith, like, we'll anoint you king, bro. Like, we talked about King Derrick Henry. What about King Arthur Smith, man? If you can just craft the offense, if you can work with Russell Wilson, if you can work with our running game, which I think you'll have success because you had success with Derrick Henry and Najee Harris. I feel like they have a similar running style. And on top of that, we have a Jalen Warren too, who Bijan Robinson, who's you had Cordero Patterson. You had Cordero Patterson last year on the Atlanta Falcons, and you were able to have success with him. Now we go to Pittsburgh, and it's like, bro, let's have some success here. Like, can we do that? I just seen you do it. Now, can you do it in the black and gold? That's the only question, and I really think we can. As I've mentioned, I'm really excited for this, this season to come out because I really think it is going to be a coming out party. It's finally going to be like, yo, let me text my friends, turn on them Pittsburgh Steelers at 8 p.m. on Monday Night Football, because recently I've been hiding. I've been like, oh, there's football on tonight. I didn't even know, man. Like, I've been not tweeting about the game, even though I'm watching in pain, just because I don't want other people to talk to me about it. I don't want other people to talk to me about why we can't get past the 50-yard line, So that's just how I feel. Overall points. Hopefully the offense is going to turn a new leaf this season. Let me know if you guys have thought similar things about this team in the past before. Let me know if you think Antonio Brown is spitting with this prediction as we are going to open the season against the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. And lastly, let me know if you guys are excited for Pittsburgh Steelers football. But anyways, I am going to get out of here. This was a fun video to make. Happy Monday or Sunday night, because I'm going to upload this tonight. It's like 11 by the time you guys see this. It'll probably be Monday. Let's kill the week. Let's win the week. And the schedule does come out, I believe, this week. And so we will talk about that as it actually does come out. Give our first record predictions. Peace out, guys.